Hey, hi. So this is the second video. I'm going to try to do it before students come in, you 8th graders. But I want to talk a little bit about the measurements of actually measuring density and using the example of my golf ball and my ping pong ball. We're going to assume that they are exactly the same volume. They just have different mass, and we're going to see how to actually work the problems for these two objects. Okay, and how that looks with the math, and how you can actually look at the problem, the math problem, and see intuitively how this whole density thing works, how much mass is in how much volume. Okay, so I have my golf ball and my ping pong ball. Remember to calculate the density. So we're going to put the ping pong ball here. And remember, density, and you should write this each time, is mass divided by the volume. So I need to know two things for my ping pong ball, the mass and the volume. So I can weigh the mass. I can get the mass by weighing it. So I'm going to write under here mass equals, and it turns out the mass of my ping pong ball when I weighed it was 1 gram. Okay, so it was 1 gram, which is about a paper clip, weighs about that much. The volume, because it's a regular solid, I had to use the formula that I showed you in the last video. I'm not going to really do it, but let's just say I actually calculated the volume, I measured it, I put all the information into the formula, and the volume ended up being 2 cubic centimeters. Okay, because I did whatever wasn't length times width times height, but whatever the formula was for this. Okay, so in order to determine the density, I'm just going to write D for density equals the mass, so there it is, 1 gram, divided by the volume, which is 2 cubic centimeters, and that should be 0.5 grams per cubic centimeter, grams per cubic centimeter. Okay. You have to, excuse me, there's my decimal, you have to have the units in there. Whenever you see a measure of mass and a measure of volume underneath, and centimeters cubed is volume, then you know that this is a density unit. Just the same way if you see grams, you know that that's mass. If you see milliliters, you know that that's volume. When you see cubic centimeters or distance cubed, that's also volume. And this is density has to have both. All right, so you're going to sometimes do the math correctly, but if you don't have the units in there, then the answer is actually incorrect, and I can't give you any credit for it. Any, okay? So because I have to be really strict about you having. This is not the same answer as if you just had grams or just had milliliters. Okay, there's the bell. I'll continue this in another video.